A very good afternoon to you. Welcome to your lunchtime news bulletin here on MTV Sports with News First. I'm Shahin Jurangpati. Here are your headlines this afternoon. 5 injured in a shooting in Niyadagala, Buttala. 5 students hospitalized after a branch of a tree collapses in a school in Kakirawa. North Korea says it is scrapping all non-aggression pacts with South Korea. 15 students of the Kakirawa Central College were injured after a branch of a jack tree fell on them. The police said that the incident took place during the morning assembly. The injured students belong to grade 6, 7 and 8. While 4 students are still receiving treatment at the Kakirawa hospital, the others have been discharged. Five individuals were injured in a shooting following a party in a house in Niyadagala, Buttala area. Police say that the owner of the house has been arrested with regard to the incident. The police say that the clash had broken out between 2 groups who attended the function and that the owner of the house has shot them. The 5 wounded individuals are currently receiving treatment at the Badulla and Sirigala hospitals, with 2 critical in condition. The Ministry of Health says that smoking attributes 21,000 deaths a year. The ministry points out that over the past 6 years, 180,000 deaths have been reported due to smoking. The Ministry of Health added that the cost incurred to treat patients who are hospitalized has increased from 1,500 rupees to 3,500 rupees per patient. They went on to say that as a result of passive smoking, they have been unable to evaluate the number of miscarriages taking place a year. The National Water Supply and Drainage Board says that the highest leakage of water is reported from the city of Colombo.
Vice President of the National Water Resources and Drainage Board, Gamini Gunaratne, says that the organization incurs a major loss due to leaking of water from old pipes. He further noted that the pipes in Colombo are more than 100 years old. Gamini Gunaratne added that steps will be taken to lay new pipes next year. The Asian Development Bank is to provide loans for this purpose.
The suspects who were arrested for attempting to illegally travel to Australia have been handed over to the CID. Navy spokesperson Commander Kosala Varnakula Surya said that they were brought to the Galle Harbour last night.
The boat with 54 persons, including 11 children, were arrested last afternoon by a Navy petrol vessel while they were heading to Australia. Navy spokesperson Kosala Varnakula Surya said that the suspects were arrested about 20 nautical miles off the coast of Valigama.
Minister of Foreign Employment Promotion and Welfare Dilan Pereira says that professional and systematic research on foreign employment is lacking in Sri Lanka. The minister expressed his view yesterday at an event to launch the migration profile of Sri Lanka, jointly organized by the Institute of Policy Studies and the Ministry of Foreign Employment Promotion and Welfare. The profile is intended to outline and analyze information in relation to the status of different types of migrant categories, the nature, consequences and contributions to Sri Lanka's development outcomes.
Professional and systematic research on foreign employment seems to be sadly lacking in Sri Lanka. I have seen many reports which have the output appearances of research output. They have long histories, tables, statistics, footnotes, so on and so forth. I noticed that the statistics used are very much like a drunk using a lamppost for support, not for illumination. I wish to share with you my ideas about the type of research that we should engage in the field of foreign employment. There are 3 areas. First, how Sri Lanka can better integrate into the skilled and semi-skilled world supply chain. Second, how our migrant workers could be safeguarded abroad. And third, how they could be reintegrated on their return.
2 persons were arrested as a result of hunting wild deer illegally in the Kaudula National Reserve. Our correspondent said that the suspects were arrested in the Ralapanawa area, which is part of the forest reserve. Our correspondent further noted that the Cowdulla Forest officials arrested the two suspects when they were attempting to sell 60 kilograms of venison. A bicycle, an axe and a knife was taken into custody by the forest officials. The individuals who were presented before the magistrate court in Hinguragada were subsequently remanded. Still in local news, an individual died in the Virambur area in Kuliyapitiya when two motorbikes collided with each other. The police said that the accident took place at 10:30 p.m. last night. 3 others were also injured in the accident and are currently receiving treatment at the Kuliyapitiya hospital. The parties involved in the accident are residents from the Virambur area. We're starting off a sports bulletin with cricket news. The first day of the first match between Sri Lanka and Bangladesh is currently underway at the Galle International Cricket Stadium. Where Sri Lanka, who won the toss and elected to take first release of the wicket. Tian Dilshan scored 54. Sri Lanka were 132 for 1 when play was stopped for lunch. Meanwhile, the second day of the 134th Battle of the Blues between Royal College Colombo and St. Thomas's College Mount Lavinia is also currently underway at the SSC grounds.
On the first day of the encounter, Royal College won the toss and invited the Thomians to take first release of the wicket. Thereby, the Thomians were restricted to a first innings score of 192 in 73.1 overs. The Royalists recommenced their first innings today with an overnight score of 11 runs. The first wicket of day 2 was that of Isuru Gunatilaka, who scored 7 runs. Ronaka Hangamage scored 40. Kamal Nanakara and Isuru Kularatna bagged 1 wicket each.
Were batting in their first innings, Royal College were 135 for 2 a short while ago. Now moving on to tennis news, Roger Federer, Rafael Nadal and Andy Murray all had comments following the news yesterday that tennis was set to introduce biological passports for players and increase the number of blood tests done each year. Now all three were on hand at the BNP Paribas Open in Indian Wells, California that began yesterday.
I just think we have to do everything to ensure that our tour is as clean as it possibly can be. I mean, that's what it's about, and that the cheaters think twice, that they get caught, and if they do cheat, and I think it's just a matter of that. I mean, I think tennis has done a good job of trying everything to be as clean as possible, but maybe we're entering a new era, you know, that everything's becoming more professional, more serious, more money involved and so forth.
Thankfully it's been done quickly, and yeah, it will make a difference. It's one of the best ways to ensure that you know, your sport stays as clean as possible, and it's good that tennis has made that jump, especially so quickly as well. It was good.
I think all the things who makes the sport clean are good. That's all.
A biological passport is an electronic document containing test results collated over time that can be used to detect changes that might indicate doping. According to figures on the International Tennis Federation website, the governing body carried out only 21 out of competition blood tests in the professional game in 2011. And with that, we wrap up lunchtime news here on MTV Sports. As always, it was a pleasure having you with us. For News First, I'm Shahan Jurangpati. Have a wonderful day ahead of you. Goodbye and take care.